Could this be the catalyst that Tesla bulls have been waiting for? Well, I think it might be. And I think that's what Elon Musk's vision for all of these years has been. And I think it's now starting to come to fruition. Hey, everybody, it's Mark Yegi. I want to talk about Tesla. Now, if you follow me at all, you know that I'm a big Tesla investor, for good or for bad. Lately, it's been rough. And I will say that I believe in the long-term vision of the company. But that's not translating to stock price right now. However, on Friday, Reuters came out with a report that said Tesla is scrapping its $25,000 car in favor of Robotaxi. When you look beneath it, because Elon Musk basically came out right after and said, that's not true, it's lying. It's kind of true and it's kind of not. They're not scrapping it. They're not going to take a $25,000 vehicle and just scrap it. They put a ton of effort into engineering. They put a ton of effort into gearing up factories to be able to produce this car. What they are doing is kind of cross-platforming, which is what I've always thought they're going to do. Take this inexpensive platform, the $25,000 car, and make it the platform for the Robotaxi. If you don't know what Robotaxi is, basically it's a taxi service system built on full self-driving. Tesla has just approved or just been trying out their what's called full self-driving supervised. The car is going to drive itself. You're going to maybe need to make an intervention every 1% of the time, but it's not really happening right now. It's actually proving to be incredibly autonomous. What's going on is Tesla said, you know what? We've got 6 million cars on the road. Let's give them all free access for a month to drive using full self-driving, version 12.3. What do you think that's doing? Well, it's providing incredible amounts of data through all the cameras and sensors in the car back to the AI platform that Tesla is running. Now, I think Tesla is going to be one of the biggest AI platforms in the world, if they're not already, because of 6 million cars and billions of bits of information coming in every moment into that AI, and the AI is interpreting in it. So it's getting better, faster and faster. It's amazing. Just a week ago, somebody's data of stopping with a stop sign that has a shotgun holes in it might not have registered, but since a few people have passed a stop sign with shotgun holes in it, all of a sudden that's in the database, and now when the cameras see a stop sign with shotgun holes in it, the software can react, and that's what it's doing. Billions and billions of bits of information are coming in. I think it's achieved 1 billion miles in their cars. Let's translate that to the stock price, because that's what we're all here about. So let's take a look at this chart. So look at the chart. I mean, you can see the stock split adjusted was, all the way back here in September of 2019, which was 5 years ago, at let's call it a $16 price, okay? Today it's 10 times that, it's $170. It's a 10X. If you put in $10,000, you would have $100,000, right? You put in $100,000, you'd have $1 million. And that's because of this incredible growth phase that Tesla had. So you could see it went from 16 all the way up to 300, which was a 20X, 320 actually. And then it had a little correction, and then it went up to 420, 410, something like that. And that's all because of the growth and the potential growth drivers. And then Tesla's kind of sat in here and has allowed the news to basically say that it's a electric vehicle company. Well, it has been an electric vehicle company. It's also a battery company. It's also an autonomous driving company. And it's now becoming an AI company. And all of that is coming together in a software, in a system called Robotaxi. Here's the vision. You've got a car that drives itself, whether it's got a steering wheel in it or not, which is what that $25,000 car will have, or you can remove the steering wheel and the pedals, I believe is where this is going. And you'll be able to sell the $25,000 car. That'll be a $25,000 investment for somebody that wants to utilize the car as a taxi service to make passive income. So you invest in that, and your car's out there driving people around with no labor costs, right? You're going to have some maintenance costs. And as it drives people around with no labor costs, you're just making money. So if you invest $25,000 and you happen to make $1,000 a week, that's $4,000 a month, right? You pay for that car in basically a half a year. After maintenance, maybe it's a full year. That's a good investment. And that's what Elon Musk sees, is that this full self-driving is going to feed AI, making the car safer. It's way safer than us driving the car today. And it's going to make this car way safer. And if the car is way safer, then why would you want to drive your own freaking car? I know we have control issues and I like to drive too, don't get me wrong. You're going to want to sit in your car and, have the option of just checking the email and calling your people and not having to pay so much attention to the driving. That's the future. And that's what Elon Musk sees. This is basically what Uber went through 10 years ago. where people were like, yeah, how are they going to succeed? There's all these taxis. And then Uber just replaced taxis in a lot of places around the world. The same thing is going to happen. This technology is so much safer than us driving that it's going to take over us driving. In the future, in 10 years, in 15 years, I don't know when, maybe sooner rather than later because of the speed AI is going up, we are going to have full self-driving vehicles be the norm, right? Not the exception. And so Robotaxi will basically, you go in your app, you say, I want to go from here to there. It'll pull up to your house, pick you up, take you from here to there, and then it'll go do it for somebody else. Let's talk about the stock again. All right. Kathy Wood, who is with ARK Invest and has a lot of innovation ideas, and she's been right a lot and she's been wrong short-term a lot. I think she's right on Tesla, that she thinks Tesla is going to a minimum of $2,000 per share in the next few years, and so do I. I think it's going actually higher than that. But let's take a look at the fuel that could come from Robotaxi. Woods believes that autonomous driving is going to add $100 billion in the next 3 years to Tesla. Now, let's see what happens, right? So right now we've got $100 billion in revenue and the stock is worth 170. So if it adds another $100 billion, the stock would be double just today based on that to 340. But if the margins are better on full self-driving, and I think they will because it's just software, right? It's not like you have to build something. You just update software and engineers do it once and then they put it out to 6 million, 8 million, 10 million cars, whatever the fleet's going to be by then. Now you're upgrading the entire fleet with a push of the button. That doesn't cost anything, costs a very little amount of money incrementally, but it adds a huge amount of revenue, right? And so that revenue has higher margins. Let's say the margins double. Now you're talking about a stock price of 510, and that's just in the next couple of years. So that's where I'm seeing, and you know stocks trade on expected revenues. Everybody up until now has been expecting their revenues to be from electric vehicles, and it has been, right? And they've been worried about lowering prices and trying to get market share, and they're driving a lot of other companies out of business, or at least out of the EV business. And what's going to happen is they're going to license this autonomous driving to other companies, right? There's already rumors that Ford may license it. There's already rumors that other companies are going to need it. Maybe even Uber will license it because Uber may want to get into that business and not have to compete against Tesla. There's a lot of interesting things that come from this. That's where I think Tesla could go. We have an opportunity to buy it at $170 right now. I don't know if we'll ever get this opportunity again, but what do I know? I've been wrong on Tesla for a while. I've also been right on Tesla before this while. And so over time, my results are mixed, but I am generally early. If you know me, you know that I'm early. And so I'm early on Tesla. I'm also late on Tesla, but I think on this Robotaxi thing, I'm early again. Tesla at $170 looks like a great deal to me based on the Robotaxi and the autonomous driving potential. So now I have a huge favor to ask. If you haven't liked this video, please do so now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, that would be great if you would help me out and do that, because it allows the algorithm to know that I'm giving you the content that you want. Also, hit the notification bell so you can know exactly when the next one comes out. And if you have some comments, like you want to know about a different stock, I'm happy to look at it for you. If we get enough people requesting the same stock, I'll do an analysis just like this. And I'll also maybe even go more in depth on the chart. If you like this kind of stuff where you get breakout alerts, you get industry top 10 lists and top stock 10 lists, subscribe to my free newsletter. It's called Insider Tips, and you can find it by going to cashflowmachine.io/tips. There's a link below. And that way you'll get information right into your email. So listen, thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next video.